The most exciting, the most important part of our Florida project, in fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
There is a lot of work happening over at Epcot over the next few years, and we're going to talk about all of those changes coming up on this week's What in the D World. Hi everyone, I'm Steve and welcome back to What in the D World. Before we get going, if you haven't already, don't forget to check us out on social media, where we keep you up to date every single day with all the news, park history, daily weather and park hours. I'd love it if you've joined me over there, and the links are all in the description below. So let's get to it. Over the last few years, the main focus for Walt Disney World has been getting both Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge ready to open. And now, with one open and one just about to open, that main focus is going to shift to not only Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, but also the transformation of Epcot. I've already spoke last week about the D23 Expo, and according to the Disney Parks blog, on the Sunday, the reimagining of Epcot will be one of the things that will be taking centre stage at the Disney Parks and Resorts panel. This reimagining will, according to Disney, make the park more family friendly and more Disney, with properties like Frozen already in place and Ratatouille and Guardians of the Galaxy coming soon. Starting at the entrance, work has already begun with the removal of the Lever Legacy monoliths. These were launched during the Millennium Celebration in 1999 and gave guests a way to commemorate their visit, but the programme was discontinued back in 2007 with more than 550,000 tiles sold, and one of those was mine. All of the west side has now completely been removed, and soon work will get started to remove all of the east side monoliths too. Don't panic though for those of us who have memories there, as they are not getting rid of the snapshots, but moving them into a beautiful setting outside of the park entrance in 2020. Once the monoliths are all gone, a transformation will take place inside the park's entrance, where in the plaza area there will be classic touches and some lush green spaces with new pathways and a newly reimagined fountain. The design will be more of a homage to the original entrance, with some fresh takes on the classic elements. Disney have also confirmed that they will share what is coming to the opposite side of Spaceship Earth, and also what will be on either side at this year's D23 on August the 25th. Next up, there is also a new Play Pavilion, which will take over the space for the former Wonders of Life Pavilion. The new space will feature an innovative city that will come to life under the dome and be bustling with interactive experiences, hands-on activities and entertainment, not forgetting some of your favourite Disney characters of course. The time frame for the Play Pavilion is set as 2021 in time for the 50th anniversary, which would put this around the same time as the new Guardians of the Galaxy coaster. Speaking of the new Guardians of the Galaxy coaster, this is the massive building that dominates the Epcot skyline, and was Walt Disney World's largest concrete pour ever, using 960 truckloads of concrete. The new coaster will also use the former Universe of Energy building that used to house Ellen's Energy Adventure until 2017 as part of the loading and queue area. Set to open in 2021, this will be Epcot's first coaster and will feature an innovative ride design that will allow guests to become part of the story, with Bob Chapek calling it a storytelling coaster. Not only that, but it will also be one of the longest enclosed roller coasters in the world. The ride vehicle will spin so it can focus your eyes on the story points on the way around rather than facing straight forward and you whizzing past them. We did also get this look at some of the test footage from Disney's IAPA presentation. Also opening in 2021 will be the Ratatouille ride, which will take up home in the France Pavilion, and it uses a trackless ride system similar to the attraction in Disneyland Paris. The ride sees you shrink to the size of Remy the Rat and scurry to safety in a chase across a kitchen, which will use the sounds and smells of Gusteau's restaurant. There will also be a new street leading to the new ride, which will also see a new authentic crepe quick service location opening, and the France Pavilion is also getting a new Beauty and the Beast sing-along attraction, which will play in the theatre that currently houses the Impressions de France film. Another change that's coming a little bit sooner to Epcot is the Disney Skyliner, which is a new form of gondola transportation that will take guests between Hollywood Studios and Epcot, stopping at multiple hotels in between. Now, this is surely to be a popular mode of transport, and because of this, the international gateway, which sits between the UK and the France pavilions, will be getting expanded. Disney believes this rear entrance to Epcot will be used a lot more once the Skyliner opens later this year. Now, that's a lot happening in Epcot, and we're still not finished yet. There's also the one-of-a-kind space-themed restaurant, which is opening this year right next to Mission Space, and will give diners an out-of-this-world experience with a view into space. The Japan Pavilion will also see the new table service restaurant Takumite, which means House of Artisan, and that will be opening this summer. Diners will enjoy an upscale menu featuring Wagyu beef and a multi-course tasting menu featuring a traditional tea service too. Now, this one is a sad topic for me because I absolutely love Illuminations, but Disney announced earlier this year, however, that it would bid farewell on September the 30th after a 20-year run. The limited time Epcot Forever will begin the very next day on October the 1st and will take us on a journey through past, present and the future of Epcot. The show promises to have a stirring collection of songs that will paint a colourful picture of the park, and this new show will only continue until 2020 before a permanent replacement will take over. But there are few details about what this will be yet. According to Disney, the new show will be on a massive scale with floating set pieces that will have choreographed fountains and also feature fireworks, huge LED panels, special effects and lasers. Due to all of this, the lagoon around Epcot is currently getting some upgrades too, reportedly having a budget of $1.8 million allocated to the Reedy Creek Improvement District to complete all of the electrical upgrades needed for the new shows. Lastly, just last week, Disney has announced a lot of closures around the Future World area that include food, merchandise and character locations. This was to be expected with the massive undertaking of the reimagination at the front of the park. Starting this list of closures with Mouse Gear, this is scheduled to close later this year, but Disney hasn't given any firm date as of yet. Reportedly though, internal calendars do list this as December. Mouse Gear will move to a temporary location whilst the work is being completed for the remodelling. The Fountain of Nations will close on September the 8th, and this is a permanent closure, as is the Electric Umbrella quick service location, which will close later in the winter. The Pin Central location will close on September 8th too, and move to the Camera Centre early next year when it reopens, as the Camera Centre is also closing later this year as well. Innoventions East will also close again on September the 8th, but only has 2 remaining exhibits, which are Colortopia and Nanu's Break. The character spot will also close on September 8th, and the characters will be located to various places. Pause this video now if you want to check out where these will be located to. The Fountain View Starbucks will also close later this year and move to a temporary location, and Club Cool is also closing on September the 8th and will reopen at a future merchandise location. Then finally, the Art of Disney will also close on September the 8th and move to Heritage Manor in the American Adventure Pavilion, which will close to make the room needed for the move. So as you can see, that's a massive amount coming to and closing in Epcot, and there's going to be massive changes to this park in the coming years. Epcot was one of Walt's final projects, and while it does differ from his original vision of people living in a city of tomorrow, Walt also said we had to keep moving forward. How do you feel about all of the changes and more Disney properties coming into Epcot? Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think it goes against the original vision of what Walt wanted for this park? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, a like would be more than welcomed, and if you know any Disney nuts like us, don't forget to share this with them. Finally, feel free to check me out on social media with the links in the description, where I keep you up to date with all the news, history, facts and more about Walt Disney World. Once again, that is you all up to date, so until next time, I'll see you real soon.